Hi guys, I just wanted to touch base and kind of go over today because it's a little bit more complicated with starting a project. Hope you did your very best on your quiz yesterday. So you can see, like normal, I have a post for Tuesday going through what's kind of your to-do list, but it's also kind of talking about what you need to work on for the remainder of the week since the project is all building on these different activities that you're going to look at today. So first, you're going to watch this video that I'm now recording from the link that I will have eventually in the Tuesday post. Then you should look through that, and you want to make sure that you're following along the PowerPoint here, and you can go back to it and just reference to it without me talking if you need to later as you're working on the project. So since we can't do our big fair and we can't do our creations in our groups, we're going to do it digitally and we're going to do it individually. So there are choices. I always like to give you choices with projects so you're not stuck doing something you really aren't interested in. The first, you have to pick a project. And I have posted a Google form on the classroom that it is an assignment, and for completion grade, you have to tell me which project you're selecting. So there's Castle and Protection, Medieval Life, kind of covering a lot of topics, and Weapons and Warfare. All the projects involve the same amount of work, the same amount of requirements. You will be doing 3 questions answered in complete sentences. You're going to be using your unit assignments. So you're going to need to go back to your binders. A lot of you, some of you can go to the digital assignments as well. You can scroll all the way down into the Google Classroom to find different posts or different PowerPoints or notes or things I've shared with you. If you need help getting to any of those assignments, like you can't find them, let me know and I can send them to you separately to look at. But for example, if the question says look at 5.4, then you need to go to that assignment to help you answer the questions. These 3 questions will all be answered in a Google Doc, and it is a classwork assignment that you do need to turn in and do correctly. I will also respond and give you corrections if needed so that you have those before you go into your final copy of your digital poster you're going to create. Your digital poster is going to have be used to display your knowledge of everything, and you're going to either use Google Drawing or the canva.com. Now, if you guys remember, we did a project really similar to this with the Black History Month projects where you picked a person from the Black History website we researched on, and you created a digital representation of them with images and some writing as well, and then we put it on the Padlet. So that's exactly how we're going to be doing this project. So we figured it would be easier for us to kind of do something that we've already worked with you in class with, but obviously we're still here to answer more questions. So the first choice is Castle and Protection, and there are 3 research questions. Like you can see, 5.4 is where you're going to find the answer to questions 1 and 2 and help you on 3 along with 5.9. So you're going to make sure to answer those research questions in the doc. They also are going to come to play in your virtual poster because your virtual poster will include 3 images minimum and captions that address all 3 of the questions. So for example, number 3 in the research question said you to describe at least 3 different events that were held at a castle. So in your poster, you'd have to at least talk about one event. You wouldn't need to talk about all 3 unless you wanted to, but you would need to at least address, part of the question. So who would live there? Again, there's several people that would live there. If you only talk about 1 or 2 in your poster, that's fine, but you should be extensive in your research questions. Medieval life. Again, this is kind of a couple topics. So sorry, you're listening to Max snoring in the background too here on the recording. You're going to explain feudalism hierarchy, so that triangle we've been working with, and how it affected the life of the manor, especially the serfs and the peasants. Again, using assignments there that are listed. Then you're going to talk about knighthood and some of their components. And then you're going to talk about the Catholic Church and how its role was in the Middle Ages. Again, the poster will be the same, including a minimum of 3 images and including captions or text boxes that address all the 3 questions. Again, you don't have to tell me everything from number 2. There are several parts to it, but you need to emphasize knights in some way so that I know. And then you'd be addressing the hierarchy, and you'd also be addressing the Catholic Church in your virtual poster. Weapons and warfare. Again, same format, 3 questions. You can see 5.5, 5.14, 5.15. Some of the wars we were talking about recently are involved. You can talk about the hand weapons. There was a knight's armor slides that I went in detail with the hand weapons. It is on the Google Classroom. And the siege weapons we did in a worksheet as well. Your poster, again, 3 images and a dressing. Again, you don't have to tell me in your poster all 4 major siege weapons or all 5 hand weapons, but you need to address a siege weapon, a hand weapon, and the wars. And you can pick one of the wars or talk about multiple wars. That's up to you for the poster. So there are a couple things you're going to be submitting for a grade. So the Middle Ages project research questions. Okay, there is a quick Google form too for your choice, and then the virtual poster will be a more significant amount of points, and you're posting that to the Padlet. So you don't have to turn into me your separate Google drawing or share that with me or your Canva. You're going to be turning that all in by posting it on the Padlet that will be linked on the Google Classroom, and it's also linked in these slides. So these are the steps that you go through to be able to complete if you're using the Google Drawing application. We've used this several times throughout the units we've been doing in school, so hopefully a lot of you feel comfortable with this mode. So you're going to My Drive in Google, you're clicking New, and you're selecting the Google Drawing. I showed you the icon there. You can change the background color or put an image as the background. You want to do that first. It makes it much easier if you do the background first. Then you're going to insert an image. You need 3 total. That's a minimum. You can do more if you'd like. Then you're going to have to insert some text boxes. I'm showing you the image here. And then right there. And then when you're done, you want to name it. And just so you have it in your drive organized and not just unnamed. You want to download it as a JPEG, copy it to the clipboard, and then you're going to go to the Padlet link from here or from the Google Classroom to insert it in. Okay. So when I click on the link, it takes me straight to it. Remember, when I'm in the Padlet, I want to hit the add the post. Your title always needs to be your name, and you can use the upload feature to pick your file. So this is one I made as a sample, and so you can see it just easily went into there. Okay. Okay. You want to make sure your name is the title, and then this is a sample of one I made on Google Drawings. So again, I picked some different colored backgrounds to fill in your text boxes. Remember the little paint can, you can dump in a different color. I did more than 3 pictures, but you can see that I hit upon the 3 major questions: major events, the purpose of the castle, and who would live there. Okay. So again, it's not quite as detailed as my sentences were in my doc where I did my research questions, but it gives some good information and visually appealing and easy to read. You also can use the www.canva.com website. A lot of you did a really great job with this with the Google project that we did with the Black History Month. And it has some just really neat visuals. It has lots of templates. So you're first going to go to the website, you sign in with your Google account. You can select any template you like. You can adjust them all and delete things or add things or change sizes. You can copy images from a Google search and add it into the template. You can add or text boxes, add information from the questions. Again, you want to check spelling and visual appeal and all that stuff. You can download it and copy it to the clipboard, similar to, again, they call it a JPG versus a JPEG. And then you're going to, again, do the same thing where you add it to the Google Classroom. Okay. If you've saved it to your drive, you may have to go into your drive to select it. And again, make sure you put your name as the title of your Padlet post. Here's my example I made from a template on Canva. So it was actually it was like a flyer, I think. Some of them are invitations, some of them are like posters. So you can really kind of go through and change the things you want to. So I have my 3 images and my purpose, events, and who would live there. Okay, so that's what you're going to do first. You're going to go through all of these, watch my video. You're going to go through all the choices. Then you'll see posted on the Google Classroom a Middle Ages digital project choice. You'll select that. That is a Google form where you're just simply telling me which project you decided you want to do. So you're going to say, I've read over this, Mrs. Gibb, and I'm doing this project. Okay, and please don't change your mind once you get started. It's kind of they're both all similar in work, so just do the one you think is the most interesting to you. And again, you're only selecting one. Then you'll submit that. Then you're going to go back to the Google Classroom and you're going to do the research questions. They're all the ones I just showed you in the PowerPoint. They are all three posted here, but you are only completing one. You are only doing one of these. So you are not selecting all three. You are just picking one. So if I pick castles, I will just answer my questions here in the boxes for my castles, and I will only be turning in the castle research questions. Okay. And those are going to be 6 points for that assignment. Okay, and then I will return these quickly so that if there's something I think isn't correct or you need more details to add to it, you can, and then you will be able to complete the next step of the project. But you want to make sure your information is correct before you move on to going back to doing your digital portion of it with your poster. So again, after I've turned in my choice, I've turned in my research questions, then I can go ahead, which I'll edit this, it's wrong. To my step 5, which is beginning to work on my poster. My questions is due on Wednesday. Your just project choice is due on Tuesday. And our actual final copy on the Padlet ready to go is due Friday. If you have any questions, please let me know. Did it stop? All right. And we will also be having a Google Meet on Wednesday. So if you want to check in, you want to send me things early to look at, or if you just want to talk during the Google Meet, I'll kind of go review and go over the steps and things if you need some help. Okay? And reach out if you have any questions.